Ito kasi, nadinig naman natin to mga clear, nadinig natin to, yung parang closing arguments ni Kaufman. Diba? Yung pinakahuli. Maganda. Sabi ko parang pang nobela eh. Ha? So ito, mga clear. Ito lang ilan ba to? 2 minutes lang naman to para ma-recall natin ha. Okay? Para ma-recall natin. Okay. Ay, sounds.
Rodrigo Duterte is finally behind. The media interest in this case has been intense, but it has followed a familiar theme. Rodrigo Duterte is finally behind bars where he belongs. And as a defense lawyer, I stand up and I talk about due process, fair trial rights, and the presumption of innocence. But what use is that when the whole world has already tried and convicted him? The total value of the prosecution's evidentiary matrix drops
Ito naman yun eh. Kahit ano sabihin ni Kaufman dito na the whole world parang had tried, tried and judged Duterte, doesn't matter to the judges. Diba? Wala siyang pakialam. Di nga siya nakikialam sa mga ano eh. Ha? Ang nangyayari lang dito, syempre mga admissions sa paligid nyo na nanggagaling sa inyo. Diba? Pero yung mga judgment na yan, ano na yan, na dapat guilty na yan, walang pakialam ang judges dyan. Diba? Dapat alam na yan ni Kaufman before pa.
Not just below the substantial grounds threshold that the prosecution must meet, but hits the very rock-hard bottom. And I will summarize these weaknesses once more for the record. Layered hearsay, conjecture, over-reliance on accomplice evidence with offers of virtual immunity at the ICC, contradicting statements between participants in a crime, absolute lack of any linkage whatsoever to Mr. Rodrigo Duterte, and the total lack of support for an alleged crime. I said to him, sir, don't you understand? They accuse you of murder. They say that you murdered thousands. And the former president...
Ito yung drama pinag-usapan natin kahapon, mga ka-clear. Dahil walang hindi related doon sa mga akusasyon.
The question, but how? I've never murdered anyone. And they talk about thousands. And then I tried to explain to him arcane concepts, such as indirect co-perpetration. Exactly in the spirit of the waiver filed with this court, he looked at me solemnly and said, Mr. Kaufman, Nick, I have done my duty and I have left my legacy.
Oh, admitted na pala eh. I have done my duty and left a legacy.
Go to court and do your job.
Oh, walang pagdi-deny. Si dating Pangulong Duterte. Ha? Maliwanag. Oh.
But I can no longer help you. I no longer remember much at all.
Dito na drama.
I was a faithful...
Ay, paano yun nalamang legacy niya kung wala na siya matandaan? Ano yun? Paano sabi dating Pangulong Duterte yun sa kanya? Na I did my job and I left a legacy. Pero hindi ko na matutulungan, hindi ko na matanda yung ginawa ko eh. Parang contradicting yun ah.
Full servant of the people, and that is how I wish to be remembered. I have now accepted my fate, and I realize that I could die in prison.
Drama, di ba?
Your Honours, it is so easy to choose as a target for prosecution a politician because of the way he presents his policies.
Lumalabas naman dito, politically persecution to.
If Rodrigo Duterte is to be faulted for anything, it is for his inappropriate choice of language. But he murdered no one.
Oh, yun. Doon naman tayo, Mari. He murdered no one. Yun lang gusto ko madinig. Yun lang, actually, yun lang hinahanap ko. Yun lang. Yung drama, hindi.
Out of that huge database of evidence on which the prosecution relies, I repeat that there is, out of that huge database, if Rodrigo Duterte is to be faulted for anything, it is for his inappropriate choice of language. But he murdered no one.
He murdered no one.
Out of that huge database of evidence on which the prosecution relies, I repeat that there is absolutely nothing to directly link Rodrigo Duterte to the 78 deaths alleged.
Okay, dun tayo He murdered no one. Diba? 3-0. 3-0 mga clear for the win. 3-0. So, okay. Unahin natin to. Sinong number 1 dito mga ka-clear? Okay, dito tayo. Number 1. Number 1.
The president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, has admitted to personally killing criminal suspects while he was the mayor of Davao. It's the first time Duterte has admitted to taking part in extrajudicial killings.
Inadmit niya. Nung mayor pa siya ng Davao. Napumatay ulit
The president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, has admitted to personally killing criminal suspects while he was the mayor of Davao. It's the first time Duterte has admitted to taking part in extrajudicial killings, although human rights groups have accused him of doing so.
Inadmit. One na. Inadmit niya. Dito pa lang, marami pa to mga kakli. Iba pa lang to. So, ibig sabihin dito, di ba sabi nga ni, parang kinounter ito nung isang prosec eh. Ibig mo sabihin, lahat ng sinabi niya, including those under oath, lahat yun sinungaling. Lahat yung kasinungalingan, hyperbole. So, it means, yung kliyente mo sinungaling. Hindi totoo ang kanya mga sinasabi doon. Sa dinami-dami niya ng speeches, lahat yung kasinungalingan. So, paano natin, ito naman, ang tanong ko, paano natin ngayon paniniwalaan kung totoo na yung sinasabi ni dating Pangulong Duterte, kung lahat ng sinabi niya kasinungalingan? Dito, sa harapan, anong meeting to, mga kaklir? O, ayan ha. Nasa news to. Mga foreign dignitaries, foreign media, practitioner malamang ito. O, ayan, inamin niya.
Since becoming president, Duterte has started a war on drugs in which more than 5,000 people have been killed.
But I must admit that a third of the killings really happened during police encounter.
Meron pala. Kaufman.
And I know it because I'm not trying to pull my own chair. But in Davao, I used to do it personally.
Siya. Mga ka-clear. Diba? Oh. So, ibig sabihin dito mga ka-clear, one na, kasi ang target natin 3-0 eh. One, admitted. Nag-admit siya. Nag-admit siya. Okay? Patuloy natin.
Just to show to the guys that if I can do it, why can't you? And I go around Davao with the motorcycle, with the big bike, and I would just patrol the streets and looking for trouble also.
See? Admitted. Andun. Admitted. So, hindi totoo yung sinasabi ni Kaufman na he murdered no one. One yun one. Okay, next.
Niya naman na we are anti-human rights violation. Pero alam naman niya, na alam ko, na wala naman siyang pinapatay except isa.
But that's
Pero yung mga announcement niya na pinatay ko, patayin nyo, qualified lahat yun.
and if you know, you mentioned
Remember mo, ang number one legal counsel niya, ni former President Digong, si Larry Ilagan.
yes.
You know him.
Asawa ni Juan, Yusek Ilagan,
Asawa
ng DSWD.
Yusek Ilagan, and number one human rights lawyer yan.
You mentioned that as far as to your knowledge, he only murdered one person. Do
Yes.
you know the name of the person?
I forgot that he's a young boy, addict. Kasi nung I was telling you about that addict who killed.
Young boy. Addict daw. Sabi ni Kaufman he murdered no one. Samantalang, yung sarili ni dating Pangulong Duterte, siya na umamin. One, ito, number 2. Okay, sige, go.
A lot of people inside the
Huna
subdivision.
Village. I know that place.
Sinakay yan nung nahuli, sinakay sa chopper. Nung nandun sa chopper, binunutan yung piloto. Ginawa ni Digong, bago makapabaril yung piloto, tinulak niya. Yun ang alam ko na napatay lang because of that.
See? Matagal na itong inanalyze mga ka-clear. Bilang the mayor, being the mayor, adik sabi niya bata. Bakit nga kailangan mo dalhin sa chopper? Tapos bubunutan yung piloto? Di ba pag binunutan mo yung piloto, mamamatay ka kasi walang magpapaandar ng chopper. Diba? At saan naman siya kukuha ng armas? Saan siya kukuha ng armas? Binunutan. Saan galing yung binunot? Diba? Yun naman sa pitanong kay Sylvester Bello. Tapos ngayon, nagmamaang-maangan na siya. Sabi niya, kinuwento lang sa kanya. Pero lakas ng loob niya dito, yun lang ang alam kong pinatay niya. Paano pa namin malalaman kung nagsasabi ka ng totoo? Diba? Alawa, so it means, hindi totoo yung sinabi ni Kaufman na he murdered no one. Ito, Siyempre, ito mas matindi. Ito kaalyado din to. Imagine, Duterte, sarili niya na. Ito kaalyado niya pa. Ito pa, mga kaklir. Nako, alam niyo na to, mga kaklir. Kaya nagbibilang ako ng 3-0 eh. Diba? For the win. Yeah.
Alam mo, Carmina, the way I see it is, it's all about leadership. It's all about leadership. It is the leader that actually, to me, it is the leader that influences the behavior and the mindset of the people in the organization.
O diba? O sinong leader? Diba si dating Pangulong Duterte? So siya yung nag-shape, no? Kung ano man na magiging behavior ng mga tao sa institution. Diba? Oh. Yun. It's the leader. Sige.
To me, it's all about leadership. It's all about leadership. It is the leader that actually, to me, it is the leader that influences the behavior and the mindset of the people in the organization.
Oh, diba? Nag-influence.
So when it was Duterte at the helm, and when he came back to Duterte?
Well, very strong kasi ang personality ni
Oh, strong ang personality. Never niya dininay na hindi to pumatay. Bakit? Admitted naman ni dating Pangulong Duterte, pumatay siya eh.
President Duterte noon. And during the time din kasi parang hopeless na rin ang
Ginastify niya, hopeless. Kaya kailangan ng quick solution.
situation na you file a case, tapos madi-dismiss lang. No? Alam mo na itong tao na to involved sa drugs, tapos malalaman mo, magugulat ka lang na na-dismiss. Paano na-dismiss? Because of this, frustrations din.
So, pwede. Because of the frustration, justified yung patayan. Di ba? Justified. Yun yung lumalabas sa bibig niya, sa mga revelations niya.
Then you end up looking for a quick solution.
Solution.
Not only to find out from a strategic standpoint, hindi na rin tama kasi it's not actually sustainable. And at the same time, later on, magkakaroon ng backlash. And that's precisely what happened. No? Nalaman yung mga ibang katotohanan na mali-mali yung execution, mali-mali yung mga reports. Talagang merong mga intentional na mga ginawang pagpatay.
So, the leader, siya nag-i-influence. Duterte is the strong leader. Kailangan ng quick solution out of frustration. Yung ginawang EJK, mali-mali ang pagpatay. So, 3-0 to, mga kaklir, 3-0 to. Duterte mismo, Bello, and Magalong. So, ang tanong, sino ba talaga ang mga co-perpetrators?
Meron ding mga listing of certain people na nilagay sa watchlist na hindi naman dapat nilagay because of political rivalry.
Political rivalry. Admitted. Mga kaklir. Admitted. Kaya ano tong sinasabi ni Kaufman? Sabi nga natin dapat ma-interview niya to. Ito na naman din sa atin, mga kaklir. If a leader is really for a good governance, ikaw magvo-volunteer nang alam mo. Especially for the victims. For the victims. Hindi para sa idolo mo. Hindi para doon sa leader na sinusuportahan mo. For the victims na lang. Good governance ka eh. Diba? So, hindi dapat tinatago ang kaalaman dito.
So, ang dami rin, abuso rin. And that's the reason why.
Ang dami na abuso and he knows it. Alam ni Bello, alam ni Senator tuloy na-promote, ni Mayor Magalong. Ano to? Part ba kayo ng common plan? If not, di-volunteer nyo yung alam nyo. Diba, Dictus Rex, good governance. Mioji. Ano ba? Ang sabi ni ano ba talaga disappointed or blind? Yeah. Diba? Hindi, kailangan natin makita to kasi ito ang ginawang depensa ni Kaufman. Duterte murdered no one. Pero 3-0. Tatlong nagpatunay na pumatay. Si dating Pangulong Duterte, personal na pinatay. At pumatay because of out of frustration, di umano. At dahil siya strong leader, out of frustration, kailangan ng quick solution, kaya pumatay. Diba? So, huwag na natin bulahin yung mga tao dito. May nangyari talagang patayan. Base sa mga mismong mga witnesses, nakakaalam mga behind the scene, part ng plan. Diba? He was there. Maybe, not personally, he had not seen personally the killing. But the records, he said, he had the records. So paano sabihin, hyperbole? He murdered no one? Ito mga taong to nagpapatunay. Na-brainwash na rin si Magalong ni Digong. Diba? Huwag ka mamagit ng 3-0, bumalik ang bangungot ni Hanso. Ay, wala naman tayo magagawa. 3-0 talaga 3-0 for the win. 3-0 for the win ng justice. Justice to. We're talking about justice. Bakit? Hindi ba ipaglalaban ni Mayor Magalong ang hustisya sa mga biktima? So yun lang mga ka-clear. Di ba? Mismo dito sa Pilipinas, ang dami na nagsasabi na meron talaga nangyaring patayan. Including dating Pangulong Duterte. Ano sabi niya kay Kaufman? Sabi niya, I did it, di ba? I just did my job. And I will leave a legacy. And that will be my legacy. Oh. Ano legacy niya? Killing. Hindi niya sinabing hindi siya pumatay. Nick, hindi ako pumatay. Hindi naman niya sinabi, Nick. Di ba? Oh. So, yun. Okay? Oh. Well, mga clip, nakita ko lang para ma-remind tayo na marami talagang ebidensya. Maski na si dating Pangulong Duterte, under oath, binanggit niya na to.
Nakakalungkot na nangyari yan.
Kaya nga sabi nung prosecution, under oath. Diba? Ibig sabihin, kliyente mo nagsisinungaling? Oh.
Pero, part of history is something we have to learn from it.
Nagamit ba ang PNP?
Nagamit.
Nagamit under Duterte's watch?
Yes, admittedly nagamit. Alam ko naman yung intention ng ating presidente noon. Malinis ang kanyang intention. Pero, unfortunately, during the execution, talagang...
Support the people you think that, you can trust and stand with, shoulder to shoulder. Pero, yung pagsuporta niyo po kay Pangulong Duterte, meron bang pag-aalinlangan or meron bang regrets na sinuportahan niyo siya?
Never. I don't regret supporting him. I had a chance to work with him closely when I was...
Yun lang. Dahil sinusuportahan niya, mukhang hindi siya tutulong sa biktima. Mukhang hindi siya maaasahan. Diba? Yun na lumalabas, mga kaklira. Pero ako, ini-encourage ko pa rin siya, tumulong siya sa mga victims.
Ilang operations kami sa Davao noon. And he was very supportive. He was very genuine. When I became mayor, very genuine din yung the way he deals with me. Wala akong nakitang pretension sa kanya.
But then when you put that side by side with the deaths that happened, mga kababayan
nakakalungkot din. Nakakalungkot din na alam mo kasi, ang presidente, syempre, strategic strategic guidance lang yun sa kanya. What? Pero yung how, nasa yan nasa implementing agencies Ang nangyari, during the implementation na execution na, wala na, mali-mali na. Ang dami ng mali-mali. Ang dami ng mga flaws sa operations.
Sige, kung ayaw mo ilaglag si Digong, di ilaglag mo na lang yung mga generals na nalaman mo, na pinapagalitan mo. Diba mga kaklir, for the victims, kung hindi mo kayang talikuran ang iyong suporta kay dating Pangulong Duterte, okay na yan. Pero for the victims, tulungan mo na lang na ma-pinpoint yung mga generals na pinagalitan mo. Di ba?
Ako yun in fact, I was the head of the oversight ng anti-drug campaign, yung Tokang. I was the head of the oversight committee. And during our meetings, or command yung tinatawag nating tawag namin doon, command conference. Lagi kong binabanggit yan.
Sinasabi mo na?
Oo, talagang sinisita ko yung mga general. Binabanggit ko sa kanila, ito yung mga findings namin.
Di ba? Tukhang mga kaklir, hindi naman nagkatuklap at dumuhod o nakiusap. Patay nga siya nagagalit
Sabi ko na, nagagalit din naman si Kwan. Si Kwan, pag sinasabihan ko na marespeto sa akin si Ronald, si Chanchi PNP. Talagang nakikita niya kung pinapagalitan ko ibang mga general doon Sabi niya, talagang sinusuporta niya. At nagbibigay din siya ng guidelines. Nagagalit din si Ronald, nakikita ko rin.
Nagagalit pala Pero bakit hindi nagkaroon ng sampahan ng kaso? Diba? Na-justify pa yung iba. Yun lang naman, no? Diba? Ang pinakita natin dito, na mismo yung mga alagad ni dating Pangulong Duterte at mismo si dating Pangulong Duterte ang nagpapasinungaling sa sinabi ni Kaufman that Duterte murdered no one. Yun lang. Ito mga witnesses di natin alam kung kasama sa common plan. Diba? Kasi oversight committee head ng Tokhang. Well, kung hindi naman malaki yung kanyang participation, he can be a witness for justice. Yun lang naman yung mga kakli.